Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison, a space for honest stories, tender truths, and soul-deep conversations. I'm your host, Julie Margerison, and here we explore the questions that stir something real in us. Questions about joy, fear, healing, and the moments that shape who we are. Each episode is an invitation to slow down, go deeper, and hear the kind of stories that remind us we're not alone in this human experience. So wherever you are right now, thank you for being here. Let's begin. Welcome to Heartfelt with Julie Margerison podcast. Thank you for being here. I am wanting to talk about feeling supported, and this is a solo episode, and I'm just going to be having a chat about what has been showing up for me. This is episode 54, and I have been spending some time in reflection and journaling, and I was actually in bed last night and I got up to go to the toilet and I just couldn't go back to sleep. This happens sometimes when I'm processing and I can lie in bed and toss and turn, but I am learning it is just best that I get out of bed and do the journaling. And that's what I was doing this morning from 1:45 in the morning until 4:45. Then I went back to bed and I slept soundly. I slept soundly before I woke up too. So I feel like the universe, my spirit guides, come to me at that time when I'm in stillness, and they find it a good time for me to actually have that space to either they give me a download or I do the processing. So over the last week, I have really been shown the support that I have been receiving, and it's internal support. And it is showing up in a lot of different ways. And I feel like throughout my life, majority of my life, I haven't felt supported externally. And I've pretty well been seen like that grim reaper with the hoodie, no eyes, and not being seen. And I really do believe that that was a past life that I'd had, and it showed up in a timeline therapy I had, and it came through that I didn't feel I deserved to be seen and loved. And many, many, many lifetimes ago, I was a grim reaper, and I had just still been used to not being seen. And I can remember the day I had the timeline healing, and it was life-changing. I was living at Perugian Springs at the time, and I had the healing, and the vision came through, and I released it. And then I can remember going down to Coolum for my walk on the beach, and I was going to buy sushi. And I can remember there was 3 times in that moment I was getting sushi that I had 3 men look at me. And they didn't look at me as to gawk at me, but they actually looked into my soul. And I actually felt seen. And it was such an amazing feeling. And from then on, I can recall walking down the street in Gympie, and the same feeling came through, and someone said hello to me, and it's like, wow. It was always me looking out to say hello to people, to engage with people. But I feel like now it is coming through the infinity, infinity flow, the figure eight, and I feel like it's coming both ways. And it's like, hallelujah. Because I'm going to say, majority of my life, I have felt alone, even in a situation where there's been a sea of people around me. I have really felt not seen. So I'm pleased to say that this has shifted. And what I'm learning now is how supported I am with the universe and with Mother Earth. And I feel when I'm grounding, I feel her come up and put her arms around me is the feeling. Really feel connected and embraced. And the energy that I also feel is of my Nan, who has passed over. And since I have been feeling the Mother Earth energy, I've really felt my Nan's presence. And it's such a lovely feeling because when I used to visit my Nan, she always gave me her time, and she'd always have cookies in the cookie jar. And her and Poppy would sit at the table and actually give us the time and give me the time. And this was right up until she had her first stroke. And I just loved going to go and see Nanny and Poppy. And it's such a lovely, warm feeling to know that Nan is here. And when I'm feeling alone or a little bit uncertain, I will bring in Mother Earth energy and also Nan energy and have a connection with them and have a chat. And that has been really supportive for me. This last week, I've had quite a few moments where the universe has supported me, and it's, I'm going to try and tell you the stories because I feel like it's such a feel-good feel, lots of feeling in there. But I had been wondering when to do my book launch for My Way to Happiness. It Gets Better and Better. And I had a big question mark over when is the right timing. And it just wasn't aligning. But I was at the workshop for my deep and personal with self, and it all aligned. There was a participant, an attendee who came, and what she had to offer was exactly what I had been searching for. And I was offering to her what she had been searching for. So it was such a lovely infinity flow, receive, backwards and forwards. And it was so beautiful. And then that's how I came to decide when the date was for the book launch. And I'm pretty switched on with what's happening in my calendar. And I had already had another booking for something else later on in the day. And I've actually double booked myself. And it's like, wow, why did I not scroll up on my phone to check my calendar properly? Why didn't I check the calendar in the toilet? It was all written down. Why have I double booked myself? I've just got to come to understand that it was just meant to be. It's just meant to be that I will do the book launch and then go to the other event. And I could possibly be an hour late, but the timing just felt so right for the book launch. And I didn't get any of that little whisper in my ear to say, check your calendar. Why are you double booking? It all happened after I had booked it, secured the location and everything. So I've just got to learn to trust that I'm supported with this and it will just work out exactly how it is meant to be. And the universe does work in mysterious ways, and I have been shown that many, many times. Because before Wednesday's workshop, I was given no insight on when to have the book launch. I had said a few other dates, but it didn't align with other people who I wanted to be there. And then here I am, booked it on a day that I'd already had a booking. So mysterious as it sounds, I'm still going ahead with it, and I believe it will all flow. This morning, I have been wanting to get videos of the Mary Valley Rattler train, and I hear it tooting when it's out and about. And normally, when I go for a walk, it just doesn't flow. I normally don't walk with my camera or my phone, but yesterday I decided I heard the tooting and I went, wow, I'm going to go up because I actually want to see when the train takes the carriages up to beside the station, changes its tracks, and then it comes back, goes back to the shed, and then it turns around and then goes in front of all the carriages. Now, I've wanted to witness this, and I will get snippets of it on a weekend, but I never get to see it all. This morning, I was on a mission because yesterday I was there with my phone and everything, but I was been standing there for 10 minutes and the train just wouldn't come. I could see it with its steam, but it just wasn't aligning. So I just had to walk away and just believe that that wasn't the right day. Now, this morning, I thought, radio, I'm going to take my phone. It was a little bit later, and I thought, is everything going to align? So when I got up to the railway bridge, I saw the train coming and I ran across, but I had missed the carriages. It was coming back without the carriages. And I went, oh my goodness, I've missed it again. And then right beside me, there was this lovely gentleman that was so excited that he could actually see the train without the carriages. And then he showed me that he was there earlier and he got the video that I wanted and he shared it with me. And I was so grateful because I've actually seen it many times, but I've never captured it on video. So I felt that was being supported. That was me open to receiving. And it was a stranger who actually supported me. And it was such a beautiful feeling. So then when I walked up to the actual train station, I got to witness the train change its tracks and then come in the front of the carriages. And it was an amazing feeling that I finally got all the content that I wanted. And I really felt blessed. I felt so supported. And I sent those videos that I took to the man who'd sent me the previous videos. So I feel as a team, two strangers could actually fulfill each other's dreams. And it was so amazing for me. So while I was journaling this morning, I decided that I need to start to recognize the times that I actually receive. I'm always writing down what I'm grateful for, but I am knowing that it is important to me to acknowledge when I am being supported because of spending most of my time feeling very alone and unsupported and not being seen. It is such a beautiful feeling to actually feel the support internally. And I chose a card this morning from the pack that I've been using, and it was called A Leg Up. Reach across and get it. And it's called A Leg Up. And some of the beautiful information that come from the book in the card said, receiving help, delegating authority, independence, interdependence, I should say that right. And it said the trick is to accept that aid so freely given. When I embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. And I went, thank you. Thank you so much for this card showing up because that's what I experienced this morning when I went on my walk. I felt very supported just by a stranger, and it just warmed my soul. So my mission is to really acknowledge the support that I feel and bring it more into my awareness. And that makes my heart sing. It brings a lot of color into my aura, and the frequency that is shown is going to be felt with ripple effects throughout the world. And I am so supported, and I am so grateful that I can see that now. So thank you very, very much for listening. And thank you for sharing this moment with us. I hope something in this conversation stayed with you, opened something up in you, or simply made you feel seen. If this episode moved you, feel free to share it with someone who might need it too. And if you'd like to continue the journey with us, be sure to subscribe and stay connected. Until next time, take care of your heart and remember, your story matters. Thank you.